Hey guys, Dirt here. Welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a comic book review talking about one of the most anticipated titles of all year. This is Avengers vs. X-Men 12. Now, most of you know normally I'm a DC guy, not a Marvel guy, and I have to admit that Avengers vs. X-Men started out pretty weak, but it's actually turned into quite the compelling story. And having just read the final issue, thought we'd do a review here. Now, this is not going to be 100% spoiler free. We probably will touch on a few things here that give away key parts of the story. I will not give away everything, I promise you. But if you don't want to get any sort of hint or clue or anything of what's going on, just turn it off now. Thanks for checking this out, but I probably will let a few things slip because I don't know, I'm not too smart. So you guys go ahead, go away. For those of you still here, let's talk a little bit about Avengers vs. X-Men 12. Now, if you remember, at the end of Avengers vs. X-Men 11, Scott Summers basically attacked Emma Frost and took all of the Phoenix powers for himself. I don't remember if it was at the end of 11 or the beginning of 12, but basically he turns into the Scott Summers version of Dark Phoenix. And as Dark Phoenix, he's now just out to destroy everything. He doesn't care anymore. It's no longer humanitarian. It's no longer about helping everybody. It's no longer about showing how better, smarter he is than everyone else. Now it's just straight up destruction and fire and all that Dark Phoenix type good stuff. Now, if you've paid attention to any of the pre-press information that's come out, any of the preview stuff, you've probably seen this cover, which shows a female Dark Phoenix. And as a matter of fact, that does happen in this book, but only for a little bit. That's not the entire hook of the issue. See, Tony Stark is the one who finally figures out how to deal with the Phoenix power. And it's the one thing he's never been able to understand, and that is the powers of the Scarlet Witch. He understands science, he can understand mutant ability, but he doesn't understand magic. And something about Wanda's hex magic makes him realize that she's the key to unlocking everything with Hope and the Phoenix powers. And so he's the one that discovers that basically something has to be done where Scarlet Witch and Hope work together in order to defeat Scott and to do something with the Phoenix powers. Now, what exactly they do with the Phoenix powers and how it changes everything, I really don't want to give all that away, but let's just say this book does a really good job of actually following up with past stories. There have been a couple storylines in the past several years. Certain things have happened, and this one kind of cleans up a lot of that stuff and kind of makes a new beginning of sorts, which makes sense for Bendis, wrapping up his whole run on Avengers and now moving into the X books, and they're going to be canceling all the Avengers books and canceling all the X books, and then reconstituting them and rebuilding them and putting them back out there. This book does a pretty good job of finishing off some of those dangling plot threads and starting. You could almost say it resets things, or it turns things back to the way they were at one point in time. Beyond that, I really don't want to say a whole lot. But other than this, to say, if you have been reading Avengers vs. X-Men, this is a very good ending. The story has kind of jumped around a little bit from place to place, and the whole thing with Professor X, he's helping, he's not helping, he is helping, he's dead, but is he really dead? All that kind of stuff going on and on. Hope finally plays a role. It's pivotal, and it's important to the entire storyline. Scarlet Witch is important to the storyline. It's important that she's there. It wraps things up very well. It tells a good story. If you have not read AVX, if you've completely abandoned, try to stay away from all of that, it is worth picking up and checking out. Granted, like I said, there are a few things along the way that whether or not they work overall, I don't know, but the ending is great, and it really does a good job for helping out the Marvel Universe. So I'll say that. If you have any questions, if you want, spoilers beyond that, whatever, you can hit me up. Pop culture message boards. You can come over to jointheforums.com and talk to me there. I'll, fill you in. Come to my Facebook page, my Twitter, whatever. I'll let you know beyond that if you really want to know the deep, dark secrets. But here's the key thing. If you're just kind of wondering, is it a good ending? It is a good ending. Is it worth reading? Yes, it's worth reading. Should you go out now and pick up all those back issues so you can sit down and read them and get ready for the ending? If you've had any sort of invested interest in the Avengers or the X-Men over the last 4 or 5 years, then yeah, you probably do. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for me today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.